What is good, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. I want to thank Donna K for recommending the movie I'm reviewing today. It is currently available for streaming on Peacock. There will not be spoilers in this video. Dead Silence is directed by James Wan and stars Ryan Kwanten. It is the story of a ventriloquist dummy named Billy who is stalking young Jamie, who is out to and determined to find out who murdered his wife. Simultaneously, he is being investigated and followed for the same crime, being he's the only logical suspect, although there's no evidence to say he did anything. Now, these two storylines, these two investigations that are going on, Jamie and the cop, they're basically going to lead and find each other toward the end of the movie. During Jamie's hunting, he finds out a dark history of his family that he is now having to pay the piper for. And of course, it has a very creepy James Wan type ending. What I liked about this movie, this was a fun ride. I'll get into James Wan at the end of the video. But the mood and the tone of this movie is so well done. Now, if you don't know James Wan, some movies that more popular ones he did is The Conjuring, the original Saw movie. I believe he did another one in there. And he also did Insidious, which is one of my favorites of his. And you could tell he gets his cues from Alfred Hitchcock. He knows how to tell a story, how to keep it moving, how to give you information. Good dialogue, simple dialogue, never too much. There's never any fat on a James Wan movie. Now, he's very good at moving the plot along. And when I say the movie is great with its tone and its mood, he uses colors very well. So if you've seen The Conjuring, it's a lot of brown, it's a lot of dirty colors to set that vibe, because it's a dirty, what's after them is a nasty creature. In this movie, it's a more cold, damp tone. There's rain laid over it. He always is great with a nice, creepy soundtrack. Opens the movie with the opening credits, kind of sets the mood and the vibe. You see like the making of a ventriloquist dummy with this creepy like this cool editing and creepy music laid over it. But when I say the mood of the movie, in this one, he uses a lot of blues, blacks, and grays to like lay that mood in. But so that your eyes are drawn in, he'll throw in splashes of red. The ventriloquist dummy Billy has a red bow tie. Jamie's car, the main character, his car is red. Where he goes to investigate, there's a theater where the ventriloquist dummy was once used. The drapery there is red. The seats are red. So he did that in Saw too. So you have this dirty, dark room, this dirty, nasty bathroom that the character's room where most of the movie is. And in the middle, where there's the body, is this splash of red. So he's very good at keeping that mood, the mansion, always the creepy house, the creepy setting. He's good at telling these old legends, like the old boogeyman, or hey, you know, like the stories your grandma used to tell you. You better watch out, the woman in the woods is gonna get that type of stuff. Like, imagine those, you know, those old books that you'll get from the bookstore, have like 100 horror stories or whatever. And it would be like H.P. Lovecraft and Edgar Allan Poe. He's good at taking a story like that and then just making a movie out of it. Plot keeps moving. He's great at telling a story. No fat on it. Just a fun, rewatchable movie. This is a cool little hangout movie you can just watch. And I'll probably get into more stuff I like about it, but just so I don't forget. Only thing that could probably be criticized with this is, people would call it campy a little bit, but it owns the camp. Donnie Wahlberg is the cop. I mean, Mark Wahlberg's brother is the cop. You should know immediately what type of movie you're watching when you see that. He always has the cop in there for good levity and just to kind of keep the flow, just so it's not too serious. He's great at telling these ghost stories, using the dolls. The dolls are creepy imagery. So, you know, people are scared of dolls, and this is done well. It's the classic ventriloquist dummy look. And he just uses that. He sets a good mood. It's just a very well done movie. And when it comes to James Wan, I'll just say a couple quick things about him. He might be my favorite horror director. I don't know. I watched the movie Malignant a month and change ago, and I just had a real fun time with it. It's very similar vibe to this. It owns its campiness, and it's just an old, like, little silly ghost story. When it comes to his movies he's done, he's the last movie that legitimately put a scare in me was Insidious. Now, some people might say, Scott, it was kind of corny and cheesy. However, this is kind of going deep cuts into my life, but I had an experience in my life where I saw something when I was 7 years old that was not of this earth. And in Insidious, it has a similar moment, and it's only about a second or two long, and the way it's just all of a sudden, same thing happened to me. I saw this thing, all of a sudden it was 3 seconds. I remember it from almost 20 years ago. I could see it clear as day. I could draw it on a piece of paper, but like just talking about it is giving me the goosebumps. But he was able to do that. He's very good at telling a ghost story. He's very good at telling these stories. This is a hangout movie. While movies like Hereditary are cinematically better, I absolutely will grant you that. I will watch Dead Silence 5 times before I watch Hereditary again. You know, it's just that type of movie. Just a fun little movie to watch. It's on Peacock. Check it out. If you've already seen it, let me know your thoughts down below. It was also cool, as a side note, seeing the warden from Shawshank Redemption in there. That was fun. But Donna, thank you so much for recommending this. This was a good one. Just a fun little movie. She also recommended the others, which I will review another point. I had already seen the others, hadn't seen this. That's why I chose this one to do. But guys, thank you very much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate your time. Y'all take care. Be well and have a great day.